Hey, Justin here, welcome back. So we're starting into spring now, and that can only mean three things: orchids, orchids, and more orchids. And specifically today, we're going to focus on the third one of those three, namely more orchids. So I have a couple of hauls come in yesterday, and I'm going to do an unboxing. It's been a long time since I did an unboxing, so I hope you enjoy. And a lot of cattleyas in this order, so if you like cattleyas, might be interesting. From two vendors, Orchids and More in Germany and Orchid Garden in Poland. So without further ado, let's take a look. So this is the first box from Orchids and More in Germany. See, I've got everything ready. So this little sneak preview, the packaging, the contents of the box. So you can see all cattleyas and some pretty special ones in there. The Mossier Concolor looks like a really nice one. Varshavicii semi-alba, supposedly flowering size for 45 euros. Well, let's see. That will be very interesting to see what we've got. Also Triumphans, Dowiana by Rex, and Schilleriana semi-alba, and a couple of other hybrids. So some pretty rare cattleyas in there. I was fortunate enough to go onto the website just as these plants became available, so I immediately snapped them up. A couple of days later they're all gone, so you'll have to wait until next time he gets them in if you're interested. So I have ordered from Orchids and More quite a few times over the years. It is a little bit hit and miss. Generally speaking, these are plants that are imported from outside of Europe, so they can be a little bit, need a little bit TLC to get them going again. So let's have a look and see what they're like. Right, so this is the content of the box. 6 cattleyas. Can see them, varying shapes and sizes. So let's have a look at them one by one. Cattleya triumphans. So this was listed as, I think as, well, probably 1 year to flowering size or something, I don't know. But yeah, it's a juvenile plant, I guess, just at the end of the seedling stage, probably realistically about 3 or 4 years to flowering if everything would go well. Probably will be quite a challenge. Dowiana by Rex, 2 plants that are not known to be for their ease of culture. But yeah, maybe the hybrid will be a little bit easier. And next to that, the next one up, this one is a bifoliate, so this must be, I can't see the label, it's not Schilleriana, Jungle Eyes, yeah, this one must be Jungle Eyes. And Jungle Eyes is the primary hybrid. I need to remember it. I think it's Schilleriana by Acklandii. I'll look it up. I think that's what it was. It's Acklandii by something or other. Primary hybrid, I think. So it's actually a pretty decent size. That would be flowering size. I think looks like it has actually flowered. And these are all in sphagnum moss, which not something which I will keep them in, so they'll all have to be repotted. And yeah, I'm not sure which part of the world they've come from. If they've come from South America, then they'll be coming from the opposite season as well. So, but given by the new growth there, it looks like it's come from the northern hemisphere, perhaps because it's coming into growth. So hopefully that would make it a lot easier. And this one is the Mossier, former Concolor Amandio, which is a really nice clone. Now it won't be a subdivision, of course. It would be probably a selfing or something like that. But it's a pretty good size plant, this one. So yeah, happy with that. I've got a couple of other Mossiers. I've got Cerulean and Semi-alba yeah, little smaller plants than this, I think. So yeah, this one looks pretty good. Happy with that. Of course, yeah, it's a question whether any of these plants will have any viable roots. Probably not much. This is the Schilleriana semi-alba. So this is quite a nice clone, Esmeralda. It's pretty, yeah, by siblings. So it's a selfing of a selfing, or a cross of a selfing, something like that. I don't know. But, yeah, this is a small plant. So this would still be some years away from flowering size. And here we have Magic Bell. Yeah, I mean, there's one photo on the internet of it which looks really spectacular. So it looks like a lot of fun. Nice little hybrid. Not too sure what's in its background. I think it's got some Rupicolous Lalias and a few other things in there. So, yeah, looks like a nice one. And then lastly, this is, I guess, the most expensive plant and really the most exclusive plant, Varshavicii semi-alba, flowering size. But you can see it's very dehydrated. It is a pretty decent size, and it does have a new growth tip on it. So hopefully I'll be able to get that going based on these roots here. If it puts out some more roots, but I will definitely repot it into something, something which would be better suited for my conditions. But yeah, Varshavicii semi-alba is one of those holy grail plants, which are very hard to find, and if you can grow it and flower it, you'll be very happy indeed. So now I can grow it, but whether I can flower it, that will be the next one, the next challenge. So that's the Orchids and More haul, 6 cattleyas. And moving along to the next box, which is from Orchid Garden in Poland. This is a larger box, there's some medium in there as well. And this one is mainly Cattleya seedlings. The hybrids, the primary hybrids especially, I think are very nice, or the historical hybrids from Orchid Garden. I've ordered from them several times before. It's not as cheap as it used to be, I think, the prices, some of them, but they have a combination of plants which are directly imported, and I think those historical hybrids, I think they're raised in Europe actually. I'm not too sure, but yeah, I've had pretty good experience with those, and I think that's for me the best value what they're offering on their website are those hybrids, those primary hybrids, seedlings, but obviously it does take quite some years to grow them up into flowering size plants. So let's open the box and take a look. So here the plants are all unboxed now, and this first one here is a Brassavola Little Stars. It's a primary hybrid of 2 Brassavolas, hopefully a little bit easier to grow than the individual species. Pretty small plant. I had hoped for something a little bit bigger. This one is Cycnodes Taiwan Black Pearl Copper Queen. So it's a Cycnodes hybrid. Looks pretty cool. I don't really have that much experience with the Catacetinae, growing them. I've got a couple that I got last year, so I thought I'd give another one a try as well, a hybrid, see how it goes. But that's coming into growth, so that looks promising. And got a little Dendrobium here, Dendrobium sulcatum. Interesting. I love those pseudobulbs, the flattened pseudobulbs. Has nice little clusters of yellow flowers probably in the spring, I guess. So I'll give that one a try. Here we've got Laelia tenebrosa aurea by Cattleyas gusculiana cerulean, primary hybrid. Just a little seedling. Got some more seedlings, and this one's Cattleyas gutata cerulean. It's a small plant, a juvenile plant, I guess you'd call it, just getting towards the end of the seedling stage. Here another little seedling, Cattleyas goldcrest, which was a primary hybrid. From memory, it's Cattleyas mossiae by Laelia harpophylla, but I could be wrong. But Schroederae by, I'll put it up, but I'll look it up. But there are no real photos of this, but it is a historical hybrid, and there was a painting from the RHS, I think, where it showed a yellow flower. Well, time will tell, I suppose. This one, Christensonia vietnamica, little Vandaceous species from Vietnam, apparently, with nice green flowers. So give that a try. And here we have Cattleyas lucile. It's another, I think it's a primary hybrid, a historical one, 1904. Yeah, it looks like there's several little seedlings in there, so we'll put that up. Here we have Vanda nafisa. The photo looks really cool of this primary hybrid. Vanda tricolor purpurea by another one, Vanda helvola or something like that, I don't know. But the flowers from the photos looks like it could be nice. Will be a long wait, that's for sure. This one, Laelia canhamiana by Laeliocatleya luminosa, which is Laeliocatleya canhaminosa. It's two primary hybrids crossed with each other. Potentially very nice, I think, and hopefully very vigorous. And here another one, Cattleyas Amazon semi-alba. I think again it's a cross of a primary hybrid back onto Dowiana. So I think it's got Dowiana in it twice or something like that. And finally, Luz joyance, which is a complex hybrid with a lot of Dowiana in it. Looks like really nice flowers, yellow and red, which are kind of a sucker for. So thought I'd give it a try, just from a seedling, see how it goes. Yeah, so that's it. Just a little collection of little seedlings, and I'll add them, pot them up and add them to the rest of the collection. Right, so I thought I'll just take you through repotting a couple of these cattleyas. I won't show all of them because it'll just be the same thing over and over. But yeah, this is how I like to pot up the cattleyas these days. So I've got everything ready, got the burner here for sterilising the cutting equipment, got some cutting tools there, some potting mix. So these are just little river pebbles, and this is a mix of bark and the large grade pumice stones. And this time I'm going to try some coconut chips in there as well, just for something different. I haven't really done that before. Yeah, so this time with the addition of coconut chips. And the pots which I like to use for the cattleyas, these holy pots which have lots of ventilation. That's for the, let's say, the ones that are the juvenile size ones will fit nicely into these pots. And usually they'll grow very rapidly. For the smaller seedlings, I'll put them into smaller pots, and those ones usually don't have holes, so they get a bit more moisture as seedlings. Right, so we start with the holy grow plant, the Cattleyas varshaviciana semi-alba. I've taken it out of its pot. You can see it's in sphagnum moss with some plastic crocks in the bottom of the pot. It's got a new growth on it, so the challenge is to get that sphagnum moss out without killing all the roots. I mean, these roots are probably going to all die off anyway, so don't need to worry about it too much. Right, so I took the sphagnum moss off a couple of these plants and got them bare root. It wasn't that hard, but unfortunately this is the Varshavicii here, the Holy Grail plant, and of course I snapped off the new growth. So there is another little growth on the back there. I don't know if that's the wrong plant, this one. Yeah, I'm not sure if you can see it back there. But yes, hopefully that will kick on and recover, but it is already a fairly meager, what's the word? It does look like it's already kind of stressed, so hopefully it will be able to recover in the conditions coming into summer. Hopefully that will be enough to get it to kick on. Usually the cattleyas do recover, not always, but hopefully in this case it will be a yes. Okay, so I put some of these pebbles in the bottom just to hold it in place. Put a few more in so that it's sitting nice and pretty firm in there now. And then I'm going to add some of this a little bit more moisture retentive mix, still very, very free draining. That's so this is for my conditions. This is what works in a greenhouse. The humidity is quite high there anyway, so we want something that's going to dry out pretty quickly. Cattleyas really like to dry out quickly. Known for the wet dry cycle. So this will be hanging in a hanging basket, and it will be drying super fast. So I can water it in summer probably every day, at least 3 times a week I guess, and in winter once or twice a week. Have to just play it by ear, see how the plant responds, preferably once a week. But the first thing it needs to do is grow a new root system and get a new growth growing. But yeah, so it's not much more than that. There's nothing that complex about potting them up. It's more about getting the potting mix and the pot, the configuration that works for you, and this is by trial and error basically what I've come to for cattleyas in my conditions. So here they are, Cattleya Varshavicii and Cattleya mossiae, been potted up into the free draining pots and hanging up in the greenhouse. So this is the how I'll be growing them alongside a lot of other cattleyas. So you can see here some of the root growth on some of the other ones that they seem to quite like this setup in my conditions. Lots of root growth and a lot of them coming into growth now. So yeah, exciting times. So a couple of little seedlings now. This is the Cattleya triumphans. So this one doesn't go into a holy pot, but I put it into a little seedling pot. I think it's a 6 centimeter pot or a 7 centimeter pot, something like that. And again, I'll put the little river pebbles into the bottom. And then on top of that, I'm going to put, I think I'll put some of this seedling mix, which is 50-50 seedling bark and fine pumice. So this will keep a fair bit more moisture, and yeah, just grow it like that. So this is the end result. See the mixture of the coarser pebbles, they're not going to rot away, so yeah, one of the reasons is to keep the potting mix fresher for longer, so that hopefully don't have to repot the plant before the plant grows out of the pot. That's the goal with this.